So here next we are seeing opioid dependent syndrome. Okay, so this comes under the psychoactive substance abuse. So we'll see about opioid dependent syndrome. The historical background of opioids. So opioid, actually it is a opium. It is a Greek word for juice, and opium, it is a brownish black gummy substance obtained from the ripe pods of opium poppy. Use of it has been found in the Egyptian, Greek, and Arabian culture as early as 3000 BC. 16th and 17th century, the drug became widely used both for medicinally as well as for recreational purpose throughout the Europe. So in 1914, the US government passed the Harrison Narcotic Act, which created strict control on the accessibility of opiates. Until that time, this substance had been freely available to the public without any prescription. So we can see here mainly opioid were used as medicinal purpose. Later on it was started as a recreational purpose. Then after that, government passed the some act or some rules in order to use the opioid. Then effect of opioid in different system of the body. How this opioid affect in different system of the body? First is central nervous system. So firstly, it will give a euphoric effect. There will be mood changes and mental clouding, drowsiness and pain reduction. That's what mainly this opioid drugs are used to reduce the pain. Then pupillary constriction, it also causes pupillary constriction and respiratory depression, and it also acts as antitussives. So it is also used to reduce the cough. In GI, it increases the stomach and intestinal tone and diminish peristaltic activity of the intestine. That's what it is also used in diarrhea. Then marked decrease in the movement of the food through the GI tract. It is used in severe diarrhea, constipation and fecal impaction. Cardiovascular effect, opioid, it causes hypotension. Sexual function, it decreases sexual pleasure. There will be retarded ejaculation, impotence and orgasm failure in both men as well as women. It can occur. So these are the effect in different system. Now next we'll see the opioid intoxication. So if in the blood level, if the level of the opioid increase more than the significant level, then it can cause toxication. So opioid intoxication constitute clinically significant maladaptive behavior and psychological changes that develop during or shortly after opioid use. This definition. So what are the effects? It can cause euphoria followed by apathy, dysphoria, then psychomotor agitation or retardation, impaired judgment. It can also cause pupillary constriction, then or dilation due to anoxia from severe overdose, then drowsiness, slurred speech and impairment in attention or memory. So these are the opioid intoxication. So next is withdrawal. If the person stops taking opioid or if he is dependent and he stops the taking the opioid, then he will get the withdrawal symptom. What are the withdrawal symptom? That is dysphoric mood, nausea or vomiting, muscle ache, lacrimation or rhinorrhea, pupillary dilation, piloerection, sweating, abdominal cramping, diarrhea, yawning and fever and insomnia. Okay, so these are the withdrawal symptom. So with short acting drugs such as heroin, withdrawal symptom occur within 6 to 12 hours after the last dose, and peak within 1 to 3 days and gradually subsides over a period of 5 to 7 days. Longer acting drugs such as methadone, withdrawal symptom begins within 1 to 3 days after the last dose and are complete in 10 to 14 days. Then withdrawal from the ultra short acting mifepridine begins quickly and it reaches its peak in 8 to 12 hours. Okay, next we'll see the complications. What are the complications of opioid use? Parkinsonism, peripheral neuropathy, transverse myelitis, and if it is used intravenously, then it can cause skin infection, thrombophlebitis, pulmonary embolism, endocarditis, septicemia, AIDS, viral hepatitis, and tetanus. So these are the complications of opioid use.